Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is now going to be my warm review of Sniff my Tarts. I melted through a good amount of stuff this past week, and of course I didn't really finish any bags. Let me move this back a little so you can see more of it, but everything in front of you is the stuff that I melted this week, some chunks from these bags and such. And so I'm going to go ahead and start this time, I think, by giving you kind of generally how I melted, what warmer I used, and my overall impression. For the most part, I think I've melted pretty much everything in either a 20 watt hot plate or a 24 watt hot plate. The 20 watt hot plate is the Glade, and then 24 watt, I have just a couple different ones, one from Michael's and one from, I think, Bed Bath & Beyond that I've had for a while. And they both work pretty well for me. I do know that 24 watt hot plates for some waxes tend to burn off the fragrance oil a little quicker. That's generally okay for me because I tend to get tired of scents after a while. And then the 20 watt generally works, I think, the best for giving throw and longevity for most vendors. So now, overall performance, I have to say, I think I had really hit and miss, and mostly misses with this wax. And I did say when I did the melt or the vendor pick video that a lot of this wax is older. So part of this was going to see how did this wax hold up, being that a lot of it is like a year and a half, almost 2 years old. And I have to say, I don't think it held up very well, unfortunately. So at this time, I don't think I'm going to place an order when they open for Lowe's, just because I do have such a large stash. So one, I don't need it, but two, if I'm going to buy from vendors, I want to buy wax that I know holds up, because I did the last couple days melt some other vendors, and there was one vendor whose wax I melted who was just as old as this, and it was fantastic, filled up my whole apartment. So that's kind of where I'm now at with vendor wax. Like, I need to know it has that like shelf life that'll last a while. So I will go ahead and jump in and talk to you a little bit about some of the standouts. And I will say generally the items that are in the bakery bags, I think, are the ones that were the best performers. And part of that is probably because those are my last orders that I got from, it was my last custom order that I received in March of last year. So that's just going on a year old, whereas some of this other stuff is closer to like this one. You probably can't see that, but that is June 2014, so that is 3 months away from 2 years, so it is a little bit older, although some of these did perform well. So I'll go ahead and jump in, and let's see, like this one here, the vanilla waffle cone strawberry white cake vanilla marshmallow smoothie. I think this is just a sweet creamy marshmallow. It did perform okay. It was kind of like a medium to light scent throw, but it didn't last very long. It pretty much died out after a couple hours. And this one here, mandarin coconut marshmallow cake, mandarin oranges and mango sorbet. This one I felt like I didn't really smell much at all, because I don't even remember now what it smelled like. There's a little bit of an orangey mandarin, so I think it must have done okay, but didn't really stand out. One that I actually really enjoyed was, did I get this as a sample with my custom order? I must have. Strawberry serendipity marshmallow cookies. That was a really great blend. I really like the strawberry mixed with the serendipity and a little bit of that bakery note in there. And this performed really well. I did melt this one in my Glade in my bathroom, and it actually did really well. So I do like that blend. One that also did fairly well was this Crunchberry Crisp Marshmallow Noel. And I think maybe because that Crunchberry Crisp is a pretty intense scent, probably it has that nice berry note. So I feel like the scents that tend to have a stronger scent, note to them anyways, are the ones that tend to do fairly well. So this one was good. It kind of was like a berry bakery is what it reminded me of. I don't think it lasted very long, but it smelled pretty good. This one, the sticker is like coming off. That has, I wonder, is that the right sticker for this one? Oh yeah, it probably is. Pink chiffon sweet lavender cake. Sweet Lavender Marshmallow Cake. So this was a really good scent. This, of course, I did as a nighttime melt. I want to say, though, by morning for this one, it had pretty much lost all of its scent. But I do like that pink chiffon and the lavender. It smells good. And their lavender is actually pretty good. It's a nice herbal lavender without being too herbal. Another one that I actually did really enjoy, too, is this whipped cream, orange zucchini bread, mandarin, marshmallow, coconut fluff cake. This basically just smelled like a sweet, creamy orange zucchini. And it did throw fairly well. And again, I think this is probably partially because it's only about a year old. And so it is one of the newer ones. So I did enjoy this one. Although I think most of these were probably more along the medium, scent throw. Here's another one, Marshmallow Noel Lemon Sugar Cookie. This one was really, really good. Actually, I think the lemon in this and lemon sugar tends to be a pretty strong scent. So this one actually lasted a good amount. It was a nice, sweet, creamy kind of bakery lemon. So I really enjoyed this one. And this one, I think when I filmed the vendor pick video, this is the one that I said I wanted to melt right away. And I actually did enjoy this one. This lasted a good amount of time. So I would like to get this blend, but probably not from this vendor, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm going to order from them again, just in general. So this Cotton Candy Rainbow Sherbet Sweet Cream, this one, it smelled good but didn't last very long. It kind of died out after a couple hours, and it mostly was just kind of like a nice sweet rainbow sherbet type scent. This Coconut Cream Pie Tangerine Mango, this one lasted a while. I actually was melting this one yesterday, but mostly what I was getting was the tangerine. When I first started melting it, it was kind of a nice creamy, sweet, citrusy type scent. But then after a couple hours, the other notes kind of died down and it was just like this bitter tangerine scent. I liked it, but I kind of was missing the sweetness that I was hoping the other two, would add to the blend. Let's see here. Marshmallow Cake Lemon Cream Puff Strawberry Jam. I don't remember this one doing much for me. Yeah, and I don't really smell much of it in this bag either, so I want to say this one may not have had any scent throw or very little. One that I didn't smell at all, unfortunately, was this Willow's Cuppy Cake Pomegranate Fresh Strawberry. And I thought with the pomegranate and the fresh strawberry, this would have some, like, scent power. It smelled like nothing. I could smell a hint of the, like, fruity scent when I put my nose right up to the warmer, but unfortunately, it didn't throw at all. So I ended up dumping it out and replacing it with something else. Georgia Peach Pink Sticky Marshmallow Vanilla Cake Pop. So this one actually did pretty well. And I think, see, this is weird because, like, so peach, I guess, is a pretty strong scent. This basically just smelled kind of like a peach with like a little bit, with that pink sugar in there, kind of made it a little bit of a pretty scent. So it was good. Again, only lasted maybe a couple hours on like a medium scent throw. And I think the key with their wax is to actually melt it sooner rather than later and possibly rebag it. This one actually did pretty well, and I think it's because of the candy cane. But I did smell the strawberry jam as well. So strawberry jam, candy cane, ice cream, cake batter. This was really good. I did this as a nighttime melt because I love minty strawberries. And this performed well, and I could still smell it in the morning, surprisingly. So this one did have some lasting power, but that's where, like, this is pretty inconsistent because this seemed to hold up well and other scents didn't. One that was really good if you like minty scents but nothing too strong, Vanilla Bean Noel Spearmint Peppermint. This is actually a really good blend, and all of these bags are from the order I received last March. And there's like a little glitter on there. How funny. So I really like this one. I don't care for spearmint as much, but there was enough peppermint in this that it didn't remind me too much of gum, because usually what happens with this spearmint, it just reminds me of gum. So I don't care for it as much, but this was actually a pretty good blend. And I actually feel like storing them in the bakery bags made the scent, like, it preserved it longer, kind of, in my opinion. So I don't know. I rebagged these just because the bags they came in were broken, but I think it actually helped them last a little bit longer. The strawberry pink chiffon pink sugar is a really good scent. I really like strawberry mixed with those two scents. And their strawberry is actually pretty good. Their strawberry is, like, I think if it just says strawberry, or some it says fresh strawberry, it's like their fresh picked strawberry. There is one that I did get the strawberry jam, but their strawberry or fresh picked strawberry is kind of like that tart strawberry. It's not really a sweet strawberry. It's good. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. And so this is a nice, just kind of soothing, relaxing blend because the pink chiffon and pink sugar helps kind of just soften the tartness of the strawberry and makes it a pretty scent. And this one, Vanilla Bean Noel Strawberry Santa Whiskers. I don't know the scent description for Santa Whiskers, but basically it has kind of a little bit of like a Christmas tree or pine scent. And because it's kind of cold this weekend, kind of like barely cold this weekend in Southern California, I like melting pine scents as long as it's not warm. So I really enjoyed the scent. However, I have to say at the beginning, I could get a little bit of the Santa Whiskers, but that kind of died out after a couple hours. And then it was just this really strong strawberry, very tart, very strong strawberry that lasted for quite a while. I enjoyed it. I was actually surprised. This lasted for several hours, and then I ended up dumping it out because I wanted something different. But this one actually was pretty good. And then this last one over here, because I think I've talked about everything now. Honeydew Melon Cotton Candy Bliss. I love Honeydew Melon. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that. And it's a scent that I never get tired of, although I tend not to melt it very frequently just because I don't want to get tired of it because I do enjoy it. But Cotton Candy and Cotton Candy Bliss are both very sweet, and I think Cotton Candy Bliss may have strawberry in it. I don't remember exactly, but this is a really good sweet kind of fruity blend. This one did perform well, and it lasted for a while as well, and even into the next morning, because I think I melted this one at night, so I think the next morning I could still smell it when I got it. So I enjoyed it, but I think at this point I'm not going to order from them just because I feel like it doesn't have the shelf life that some of the wax from, or a lot of the wax from other vendors that I have. And so I don't need to buy something that I have to worry about trying to melt through pretty quickly. So if you, though, are better at, making sure you don't over order and you melt your stuff fairly quickly, I would say generally it lasted pretty good. I do think storing, though, again, in the bakery bags help preserve it a little bit better than these bags. I mean, these should be polypropylene bags, but I just feel like a lot of these bags, the scent is not really in some of these anymore. They're not very strong at all. So that's generally my review on Sniff My Tarts, and I'll probably hold off on buying from them either indefinitely or at least for a while until I have a smaller wax stash, which we probably all know that's not going to happen. And that's generally kind of what I've heard in some of the wax groups, is that their throw just hasn't been as good as it used to be. I remember the first time I got a mystery box from them in my very first custom order. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't know what happened between then and now, so which is unfortunate, but it could be that my very first custom order I just melted quicker because I may not have had as much wax at that time. I don't know. But it seemed to really actually perform really well, and I really enjoyed it. So that is pretty much my review on Sniff My Tarts. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave those comments down below, and I will try and respond as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.